I'll be honest. I've always been a little bit quirky. I've always seemed a little more sullen than my peers, taking things a little too literally and reacting too strongly to mild things. I've worked hard, and through the years, I've managed to level out. I'm still not the most normal of people, but given enough variety, I usually blend in. Medication has helped, certainly. I'm generally a little happier, and can handle my stress a little bit better. The only thing the medicine doesn't help with is the voice. Now, it's not what you think. Well, not exactly. The voice has been something I've experienced on and off since childhood. I'll be doing something, minding my own business, when I find myself saying things I don't really understand. Sometimes it's nonsense. Sometimes, though. Like one time, when my wife and I were preparing to leave for our anniversary, but had very little cash for the trip. As my wife was worrying about not being able to do much on the trip, I found myself saying, "Don't worry, the money will be here tomorrow." When my wife asked what I meant, I couldn't explain. I had no idea why I had said it, nor was I aware of any money being sent. The next day, I checked the mailbox as we left for our trip, and found an anniversary card from my mother, who I had not spoken to in months, with a $100 bill. Something similar happened when our oldest son was born. We were sitting around relaxing one weekend, talking about how my wife's due date was in just 3 weeks. I sat happily, not really thinking about much, when I heard myself say, "We need to check with the doctor on Monday. The baby is going to be early." Again, my wife asked what had made me say that, and again, I had no explanation. She was spooked enough to make an appointment and go, and later that day, she was diagnosed with preeclampsia. Our son was born, early but healthy, the very next day, and was home within the week. The voice has come and gone, and while it's always creeped me out a little, I figured it was just my subconscious spouting out information I had forgotten. When I started the latest round of antidepressants about 2 years ago, the voice reappeared with a vengeance. At first, it was random observations. Other times, it was gibberish. But one day, in the shower, I heard myself say, "When I die, everyone will think I killed myself." This startled me, but I endured, knowing that suicidal thoughts are a common side effect of my medication. But the voice persisted. Soon, I heard it whenever I was alone, while driving to work, playing video games after the family was in bed, even while exercising. The voice's messages became more morbid as time went by. "I'll never see the kids grow up," I heard one day. "I hope my family can forgive me when I'm gone." The voice began to sound more and more frantic, more concerned. "When I die, my mother will never know the truth," was one that hurt me the most. After a while, however, the messages started to have a timeline. One morning, in the shower, I heard myself whisper, "Just 3 months before the end, Matt. Are we ready?" The voice has come less often in the last few weeks, checking in every few days with the latest countdown. This morning I woke up, turned off my alarm, and heard myself say, "We die today, Matt, and your family has no idea." I've been frantic all day, looking around every corner, cancelling appointments, trying to stay safe. I've even considered going to the emergency room, but I don't know what I would say. I find myself asking out loud again and again, is this really happening? Is today really the day I die? And dear God, I can feel the words form in my mouth as I hear the voice say, "Yes, when you're ready, look behind you." I woke up in the hospital this morning, with my children on either side of me in bed, and my wife holding my hand. She told me I was found, unconscious and barely breathing in our basement storage room, behind some boxes. I couldn't tell her how I got there. I have no memory of the last 2 days. While calling work to arrange some medical leave, I saw pending messages from Reddit. I really appreciate all of your concern, but I have to tell you, I don't remember writing this post, and when I read it, my head hurts and my eyes begin to water. I don't know what this means. I'm afraid I don't have any answers for you guys. I'm sorry. There was one strange thing though. I asked my wife how they found me, and she pointed at her 7-year-old. She woke up to see our son Riley looking at her with wide eyes. "What's the matter, sweetie?" she asked. "Daddy's in trouble," he said. "We need to go downstairs now." When she asked him what he meant, he just cried and shook his head. She tried to assure him it was a bad dream, but he insisted. She took him downstairs to reassure him where they found me. After hearing this, I gave Riley a big hug. "Thanks for getting Mom, buddy. You saved me. How did you know where I was?" Riley looked scared and said, "It wasn't me, Daddy. My other voice told Mommy." And he went back to watching TV. We're having him evaluated on Monday.